Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Talkabout podcast. My name is Civilian. I'm here with Jezri. We're going to be your hosts. And look, man, we got the trailer rocking. And look, thank you for joining us here on this podcast. We got the couch, got the Honeybone sign up here. You can't see it, but it's looking good. Jez got his best pants on, and we thank him for it. So we're going to have a chat. We're going to, bring you guys a podcast where we get to talk about all the things that are important to us, talk to the people that are important to us, and just basically have some fucking fun. So
that's the idea.
That sounds pretty good, yeah?
I love that.
Can I get a round of applause for some fun?
Preach.
Yeah,
yes,
let's go.
Let's go.
All right, as this is the very first podcast, very first show, I think it'll be fitting to let the people know, why we're here as individuals, why we're here as a partnership, and why we've decided to fucking start putting our voices down on MP3. So let's dive straight into it. Jezri,
Welcome.
who are you?
I am a molecular body made of mostly water.
Mm.
I am here.
Mm.
I'm present. I am mildly stoned, but I'm present.
Yeah. The countdown's complete?
I think the countdown ended about a few minutes ago. we have a running countdown for whenever I light a spliff that takes about half an hour for me to come back to planet Earth.
Yeah.
So I think I landed safely in the Pacific Ocean.
It reset a couple times though.
It did. It fully went back in time.
Mm.
It went Dr. Emmett Brown on backwards and more.
So talk to me specifically. Hold this a little closer to your face. Mouth. There we go. Now
How
we're talking.
far in my mouth should I put it?
Look at this. That's how I talk. I talk
You
like
literally talk with it on your... Oh, that
on my
sounds
lips.
way better.
Yeah.
You are an experience. I think a lot of people can't, ever will.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't realize for a second that you are an incredibly talented podcast host.
That's
You
it.
know exactly what you're doing. I have run a few.
Yeah.
I feel like I've bitten off more than I can chew.
Yeah.
A lot of the
Oh,
time.
bars in that.
There is, isn't there?
I've run a few, bitten off more than I can chew.
Not many people know that skill about me.
Well, they're about to find out.
I can freestyle one bar at a time.
Hey, one of the best one bar freestyles I've ever heard personally.
Yeah, give me one.
No, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll get there once.
Yeah. Got there once. Y'all a bunch of
Cunts.
spelled C-U-N-C-E.
Never spell it that way.
Yeah.
Be true to yourself with a T.
Be G in that. Yeah.
Put a T back in there.
Put a T back in there. Put a tea bag in there.
Yeah, no, you are an incredibly talented podcast. I wouldn't have realized that I sound better like this rather than this. That didn't make sense to me until just now. So thank you, sir.
So these mics,
$500 million each.
well, they're actually, close to that. Yeah.
These are really good looking mics.
They're fucking good, and they're just like, they're very durable. You can speak straight down the barrel. Like I literally just sit it on my lip the whole time like this. And
That's
as long as
amazing.
you're not like screaming into it, the way that I don't know how it's like the dynamics of it inside, but the way that it picks up sound, it's very clear. See the wavelengths here?
Yeah, and I can see that.
That's
where I was
you where
talking
you are
back
holding
there.
it away from your face, right?
See, and this is what the first episode is for.
Yeah.
The Phantom Menace.
Figuring this shit out.
For figure 4 leg lock.
So let's go back to the figure 4 leg lock. Like I know that Jezri is a body of water. He's like 97% water. I know that he's 97% water, but who is he as a creator, as a human? Tell me the story of Jezri, because look, I know who you are.
You do know.
Some of the people who are going to be listening to this know who you are, but just so we can set up the next couple of shows so people fucking can tune in and know exactly who you are, you tell them, what is your story right from the beginning? I'm not talking like 45 minutes worth, but like, where does Jezri start?
There was a man that conceived me one February. 9 months later. Yeah, that's actually... I love that you're bringing this to the table.
Yeah.
It was a man that conceived me in February. I approximate roughly Valentine's Day. The year was 1990. Your man's was born in November. I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah.
You asked for who I am. I thought I'd tell you.
Yeah.
Jesse. My name is Jesse Wright. My mum tried to name me after Jesse James. She thought it was a real cool name. I think it was a share. So we're back again with this sound.
Yeah, now it's
We're back again. My mum named me after a cowboy, Jesse James, and she thought that was badass. I think it's badass now that I'm living an adult.
Yeah.
Named after a cowboy.
Yeah.
I prefer to be named after the road dog Jesse James though. So a bit of shake, rattle, and roll. So I am by profession a street artist now. As of recent, a successful gallery artist. I am known for my large scale murals, my brand collaborations, my doodles, my private doodles that have gotten out once or twice.
He's doodle. No.
I know what I was pressing.
His doodles and his doodle.
I know what I was pressing. Your boy referenced Pinocchio. That went right over your head.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you're talking about? Okay.
A little cricket, Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry, bro. Yeah, now we're talking.
We're back.
Now we're back.
You can press it. I'm not. My gut just.
Yeah.
I lost about 3 kilos just then doing that.
Yeah, just.
I'll get there. I'll get there with these crunches.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So I am I'm a Gadigal man. I was born in Sydney. I have lived as an artist, I think, my whole life.
Yep.
I've always talked about myself as an artist.
Yeah.
I think my earliest memories is just tracing comic books and just being inspired to draw and doodle. My mum always taught me how to doodle.
Yeah.
And just to sit there and just kind of be loose with my pens and pencils and just
let it flow.
Yeah. And just to let it come out. And so I've been talking a lot of mob actually about what dream time and dreaming is, and just kind of bring that into contemporary world and trying to bridge the gaps and all that. But essentially, doodling is dream time. You have like a mode where art just flows through you. I think I've spoken to you about this before. I think
it's like an expression of consciousness.
Yeah. Rick Rubin says it best that creativity exists in the ether.
Yeah,
and so I like to think that if it's as far back as mob. Celebrating and drawing dream time. I think it's very similar to the way that my mum taught me how to doodle, just to kind of be present enough that you can be allowed to have art flow through you. So I think for the most part of my life, I've always just considered myself an artist because I've always just done art. I've never wanted to do anything more. And that I've always known that exists in multiple realms. That doesn't have to exist in just doodling and painting. But for the most part of my career, I've been known for my street art stuff. So I have known, I've known that I was always going to be an artist, I think, since I was a kid. And it's always just been something I've pursued. And now I think I've definitely solidified myself as one of the all-time greatest street artists on the planet. I feel like that Captain Planet dude has nothing on me.
Nah, fuck that dog.
The fifth one that had Earth or Heart.
Have you ever seen the Don Cheadle?
Oh my god, yeah. When he's burning those trees,
and he's like hitting them with the
Roger. Send the droid to the cars.
Babe, that shit is what imagine Don Cheadle just being like a whole gangster like actor, you're in Hotel Rwanda, all these amazing movies, and then you just do that like random little skit of just
Captain Planet, he's a hero.
Oh man, that's classic.
I want to paint myself blue for Captain Planet for Halloween this year.
Yeah, Captain Planet was a G for real.
But the underpants, I don't think was as much of a vibe. He gave off a je ne sais quoi. He had a red crop top, red undies, blue skin and green hair.
He knew how to get down.
I think he did. My brother painted himself as more of an Atlantean, more of an Anunnaki.
Yeah, okay.
Blue skin, this kind of ancient warrior.
Yeah.
For the longest time underneath the world, but survived by 5 rings.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that in real time, what that looked like in the 80s as well, or 90s. Wasn't 80s and 90s?
Fuck. I definitely early 90s, maybe mid 90s.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the
Cheese TV.
I don't fuck with that last one though. I got to be honest, that heart guy, that heart character, all 4 elements I can buy, like when they have the infinity stones.
Yeah.
I'm calling it like I see it. You got with the 4 elements, you got wind, earth,
water. Yep.
fire, water,
and then heart.
heart. Like fuck off, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
think
a
it was that
sellout.
little Indian kid as well. I think it was like a little homie just kind of coming in there with the heart, just trying to be a part of it.
That
And
little
like
jabroni.
I'm look, I appreciate your effort, G, but like heart ain't.
Heart don't pay the bills, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Heart don't pay that bill.
I need a bit of water in there. I need a bit
Yeah.
like you cook your food with the fire. You drink the water. You know, you make your building out of earth and then wind turbines for the power.
That makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean,
And then where's the heart? You know, heart doesn't.
maybe heart is what they meant for nuclear power.
Oh, true.
Pronounced nuclear.
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 I didn't think about that.
You could always think about things. No, in fact, I think it's best to not think about it.
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
Let's move on.
Do you know what I would like to think
crop
about?
top and red undies.
Yeah, let's move off of that.
Turning me on.
So,
Stop
Boing.
sending me pictures of naked black men. It's turning me on.
what? I know that. What is that off?
It's one of those memes, bro. I live my life according to memes.
Yeah.
I communicate
Do you know what's it's-
viciously through memes, violently through memes.
Do you know what's so funny? One of my best homies, right?
Yeah.
He, for the longest time, I would only send him like memes and reels, right? And he'd send me like some heartfelt shit or some real shit. And I just like, I wouldn't respond to it. I'd just like send him another meme like 3 days later. And he gets so like, he gets so annoyed at me. He'd be like, man, I'm trying to fucking connect with you. And I'd be like, sorry, dude. I'm just like, I don't know, life and shit. You know, it's just hard to have real conversations sometimes. And it's so funny. He's kind of come to the dark side of the force. Now me and him are just like sending reels back and forth. There's no conversation happening. It's
You're just only sending each other 9/11 memes.
yeah. He's fully come around now as well. Like he's yeah. It took a while. Like he wanted to have actual conversations with me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah.
No,
Sorry,
no.
bro. We're only
These transactions only exist in meme form.
yeah. If you want to be my friend, this is how we're getting
You got to
down.
get with my gift board.
If you want to be my
best friend, you got to get with my gift board.
That's the
way it ends. I picked the wrong one.
I'd say you're banned from hitting the buttons.
I'll take that one. All
right.
I'll take that hit.
So
I'll take
Jeswri is a street artist. He's a creative. He's an artist. Talk to me a little bit about the progression in the last couple of years, because I've always known you as an artist, but it seems like, you know, definitely the journey down here to Melbourne, obviously because you're from New South Wales originally.
Sydney.
Yeah.
From
so
Sydney, man.
So, you know, the journey down here feels like it's allowed you to kind of step into that world, into your true essence in a way that you kind of, you're on the way to doing, but it kind of feels like it's gone to another level since you got here. Like, do you feel like that, or do you feel like it was inevitable wherever you were?
I mean, the rock star in me would suggest that I was going to be a rock star no matter where.
No matter where
this rock rolled.
Yeah.
I'm going to spit bars whether you like it or not.
They'll be good.
They'll be good, but they won't be bad.
They won't be bad.
salty.
Yeah.
They won't be did I order that pizza?
Saucy.
I ordered some pizza earlier. I don't think it's ever going to arrive.
Did you actually?
You know what? I
can't wait.
reckon I told myself that I did, but I don't think I did.
10 minutes.
No, we're good. I'm just fucking around. No, you know the expression that like every aspiring actor moves to Hollywood to want to be an actor. I've started changing that, being like every dancer wants to move to Bollywood. That's my execution now. So I always felt that, you know, the dancer in me always wanted to go to Bollywood and just kind of be amongst the stars and like feel celebrated and kind of have this like I want to always have a platform to reach people and kind of like have this ghetto gospel approach, like kind of do something for myself, then kind of reach back down and help, or like reach across and help, or reach up and whatever, reach direction. I'm multiple direction, man.
Yeah. He's got all the options.
I like to consider myself a Mr. Fantastic, just being able to
multi-directional,
stretch wherever they need me.
Yeah.
I fully need to put this close to my mouth. I'm watching these spikes. This is good. I like having this in front of me.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Thank you, sir.
There's a straight up version of this right here where you can even.
You can put deeper. Yeah, no, I feel like I always wanted to move out of Sydney, I think, just to kind of grow. You know, I didn't know where that was, so I felt like Melbourne was always that Bollywood for me.
Yep.
And sure enough, that it actually was. You know, I became kind of a lot of the things that I wanted to be. I ticked off a lot of the things that I wanted to do in life. You know, I'm running side quests at this point, which is really cool. Like, I mean, I'd love to win some big moolah, but you know, sometimes that's a little bit further out of reach. But so I definitely always aspired to do something with my art. I didn't know what that looked like, but you know, as I win games, I feel like the goalposts just keep getting moved back. Do you know what I mean? Like I always just kind of recreate my own milestones ahead, or I recreate my own bucket lists and stuff. Like it's always growing.
Yeah,
the ceiling's always climbing.
Yeah.
I mean, I started when I was 14. Actually, I started when I was 14 doing graph.
Yeah,
and just like writing my name wherever I could see it. Really, I didn't know how to approach it. I just kind of always felt like the need to put my name somewhere, have my name in lights, and just kind of fucking
just let the people know.
What a narcissist! Shit, it's revealed.
Yeah,
I'm a kind narcissist.
We all kind of suspected it, but I mean now it's on wax.
I full tell people to spell my name in caps. That's how much of a narcissist I am. Yeah. Look, so for the most part, I started doing like, I guess, my own active art practice at 14. You know, I believe that graffiti, any entry point is an active art practice. So I knew that, like I said, I knew that I wanted to get somewhere with art. And the more that I did graph with these dudes I was hanging out with, I felt like I could see something happening with graph, and I thought that graph was going to be the answer. So I just pursued it. And somewhere along the lines, I kind of got tied with crime a fair bit. So I got access to like fast money, and I knew that like I didn't have to work a 9-to-5 job. I started looting when I was like 17, 18. And so I started making really good money really quickly. Just like from big retail outlets and stuff. I never really looted from anybody else, but it was nice to stick it to the man in a way. Anyway, long story short, that was cool. And then I pursued more of a design background. So I thought like graffiti wasn't the answer because I was finding my way out of crime. And I thought that design maybe could be the answer. So that's actually how I met you. So me and your brother Dave went to design school together, and I got in as a what's it called? The Joker's card kind of
like a scholarship or whatever.
No, I didn't get a scholarship. I wish I got a scholarship. Dude, my fucking hex is 88 grand right now.
Oh,
I'm not even kidding. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
But I think with elbows, like 20% cut apparent.
Better. Yeah.
Like 16
sort of go down
off.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I'm pretty stoked about that 16 like sliced off. But
in a year though, with the interest rates, it was straight back up to 80.
It'll be back right up, dude. I'll tell you what, I'm not fucking paying that thing. I don't give a fuck. I'm holding out for like a Bernie Sanders type character to roll in and go, let's cut everyone's. And I've got a really big one. I'm like,
yeah, let's go. Voting for that
guy. Circumcise my fucking student hex debt. So anyway, yeah, I thought design would be it. And like I said, I was about to say, I got in with my graffiti portfolio.
Oh, that's cool.
It was weird, yeah. So I had nothing to show. Like I did design for friends that were in bands and stuff. And I thought like, oh, this will be my entry. But I had that as like one thing amongst a massive portfolio of graffiti things. And that's what they were most interested in.
That's pretty cool.
Apart from my fucking,
I actually didn't know that.
Apart from my fucking money.
They liked your money.
Private uni, dogs.
Yeah, I got the same. I went to JMC, and obviously, you know, I went to JMC, and yeah, that shit's still sitting there. That's like fucking 60. I think I'm sitting on like 60.
Yeah, no, I don't think I ever, like, I'll probably have to pay I pay some of it. Yeah, I do. I have to pay some of it, but I don't want to be. I don't fucking want to be. Anyway, I built up that massive hex debt.
Congratulations.
Yeah. You're welcome, design world. I'm a real big gift to this universe.
Yeah.
And so I kind of did freelance stuff from there, and I thought like what I'm kind of building is that everything I have done up until now has helped my art career.
Yeah. Okay.
So I did a bunch of freelance design.
Beautiful.
Record that.
We record it.
Keep that as a hashtag. These fellas, they give you the pups.
Love them fellas.
I love fellas too. And yeah, I started doing freelance design. I didn't lock myself into like a 9-to-5 design job, which a lot of the other students and stuff did. A lot of the people who graduated like myself. And then I just kind of stayed in freelance, and that kind of helped the way that I approach jobs and that now. And kind of how I know how to talk to agencies, because I just kind of rolled things over really quickly. And then it got to a point where my street art was just more enticing than working in offices. I started getting offered jobs. So I started doing street art work in like 2012 for Nokia.
Cool.
I did one job, shit the bed with it. I'm mad open about that. I full shit the bed with it. It was so funny.
Why? How?
They asked me to paint realism portraits. Anyone who knows my stuff now knows I don't paint realism still. And I told them, I was like, yeah, sweet, I could do that. No worries.
Could you do that?
Fuck no. You know what I did? This is 2012, and this is what, like fucking 13 years ago. My first commission job. I thought to myself, they want a realism portrait. The brief was to do it in a nightclub, kind of some live art thing, but they wanted chalk. And I kind of said, like, chalk won't work well in a nightclub because there's people dancing on the artwork. Yeah. And they're like, oh, let's put it on the club mirrors. And I thought, okay, that'd be cool. No worries. But I can't put chalk on a mirror. Like, how am I going to do that? So I bought some liquid chalk, and I thought to myself after I bought it, this isn't going to work. Like, I have to not do this. And so I ended up just drawing an outline of a phone that was coming out at the time, and a really ugly birds, ugly angry birds scattered around. It looked like dog shit.
They paid you for it?
I think so.
Reluctantly, man.
Yeah. It was not an easy win.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it sucked. It sucked. I hope no one ever sees those images. Yeah. And then, fast forward to now, I'm working with like Australian Open, and just got in the Archibald entry finalists. Work with like Aston Martin and Converse and Adidas and PlayStation and various many other people. So yeah, I'm definitely doing what I did. But I think up until like 2017, I was just working design jobs and not really paying attention to what I was doing. And it was in 2017 where I thought, this is it. Like, I'm just going to call it and just not take on any design jobs and just go like balls to the wall with street art. Wow. Eventually. It can rhyme with something. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I just kind of still am going balls to the wall and kind of going, why am I doing this? Yeah. All the time. Yeah. It feels like you're constantly, like, as you said a moment ago, like you're constantly finding your own goalposts to strive towards. It's like, and because all of the goals that you set are internally generated. Like, oh, I want to do this because like it's just something I'm interested in, and I really want to do it well. And then you do that thing, and now you're like, oh well, I kind of want to do this as well. That seems like something that I could do well at. And then you just done it, and you've just kept on doing it. Yeah, I just kind of find that like you can do whatever you want to do, really. Like my nan taught me that at a very young age. She's like, you can literally do whatever you want. School will play a part, but it doesn't ultimately matter. You don't have to know what you want to do. And like a lot of the boys were just getting into like footy, and some were like smart and they got into like uni and stuff. And I was still floating. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Ultimately, I had in my head that I wanted to be an artist, but my nan was like someone that was really integral. It was like, you can literally do whatever you want to do. If
That's
you wanna,
so cool.
She's like, if you want to play footy, you will put your head to it and play footy. If you want to go to uni, you'll put your head and go to uni. If you want to be an artist, just keep doing art. And so she was one of the people that helped me kind of understand that I really could apply my creativity to anything that I wanted to do. And so, yeah, like now I'm kind of dabbling in music production as well, that like in the background. And it's just like a really cool creative outlet for me that, it might go somewhere, it might not, but I've kind of figured that there's no rules to what I want to do. I can express myself creatively however I want to. It will all accumulate to one cool thing. Like this is a really cool expression of us both. Like like how we get to communicate. You know, we could look back on like 5 years from now and go, this is a really, really cool expression of our creativity. And it might not seem like overly apparent at that moment. But I always feel like it's always cool to record and to lay down timestamps and to lay down, to lay down your creativity, however it runs through you and travels through you. That I wanted to record a lot of this stuff too. So I feel like a lot of this stuff just adds up to how we both express ourselves and like how we get to express ourselves in this way too, like as a collaboration. So
yeah. So speaking of that, like in terms of you know, us kind of expressing ourselves and giving this a shot. If you're you know, if you're tuned in at home, if you're watching this podcast, you're listening to it, and you're still here and you're enjoying us kind of express our creativity or not,
sucked in.
Drop a comment below somewhere and just let us know that you're still rocking with us at this moment in time. That'd be cool. Now, it's funny that you say that about the creativity. I actually did a pod last week just with myself, and
did you clean up afterwards?
I did.
Use tissues?
I did. I used tissues.
Happy tissues or sad tissues?
No, they were quite happy. And I, in the introduction, because I was basically talking about the timestamps concept, which I think we'll get to at a later date, but I briefly was like touching on it and how it came from, like the thought came from you, and I introduced you as the character in the podcast. I was like, you know, my friend Jesse, super creative guy. He's so creative. He's always doing all these creative things. He's so creative that he even recently created a human being. Fuck.
I did.
I said that on my podcast.
Oh my God. You know how I did that?
Look away, guys. Look away. Oh my God, you did not.
With my penis.
No, but I literally said, I'm like, yo, guy, he's so creative, man. Like, he's always creating. He recently created a human. And as soon as I said it, I was like, I mean, that's probably funny to me, and that's about it.
That's pretty fun. It's pretty funny. Like, when you come to think of like an artist creating something, yeah, I actually did create a fucking human.
Yeah.
I am a god.
Watch out.
I am a god.
I am God.
I am a god.
So, let's talk about how, you know, you just mentioned there, you know, David, my brother, shout out Big D.
Big D.
Biggest D. Biggest D.
Big D.
Number one, brother. So you guys met at Billy Blue, and I actually think the first thing that I recall might have been he did the photo shoot for your brand Billify, the Inner North,
Inner West,
Inner West shirts.
Yeah, you're full bringing back memories. Totally.
He was sitting up on the rooftop and he had the hoodie on,
looking sexy.
He had the red hair.
You reckon he'd done modeling before that?
I think he'd done, probably not, but like that was when he was in his like full like, you know, sexy phase. And
but he was, he had some fucking Ben Affleck hair back then.
Yeah, beautiful.
You know that kind of hair that, like, I'm not fucking ribbing him, but like
just kind of waves.
That kind of hair that like slicked back, but somehow stayed slicked back. But not hard.
Yeah,
feathery.
Yeah,
feathery but firm.
Yeah, it just looks so natural and so like gorgeous.
It did. Yeah, no, that's why I picked him out of all the other Ugmos that I had the chance.
Yeah,
to pick.
Yeah, and he was one of the Ugmos. He was one of the better looking Ugmos.
No, dude, like private school nepotism Ugmos.
Oh really?
Bro, Billy, $88,000 hex, bro.
Yeah, fair.
You think
shit? I wonder if he's still paying his shit off. He's got to be.
He has to be, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
No one's touching that.
No one's touching that.
That's the catch.
So
anyway, Big D.
I saw, so he was in like a photo shoot, and then he might have shared some stuff, and then he
definitely shared some with me.
Yeah, he's Big D. You know what I'm saying?
A moment.
And then you guys, and then I think maybe we connected somehow, and then you know I'm obviously rapping at the time, and then
you were shooting a music video like right.
That's
up the
right,
road.
the poltergeist video.
Yeah, and I came up and I was like,
you brought the hoodie. Oh no, that jacket. I remember that
That's
jacket.
right, yeah.
I fucking love that jacket too,
Yeah.
and I'm so annoyed. Like I lost it somewhere at a festival or something. But yeah, you bought some clothes through.
That's
I rocked
right,
it in
yep.
the video.
that's right.
Worst music video of all time.
That was all right. Remember, you sat in the trolley, didn't you?
No. That was the Naked Soul one.
Oh, true.
Was that before the Poltergeist one? The Naked Soul one, that was trash.
I swear you're in a trolley for the Poltergeist one.
Nah, that was the Poltergeist one. Was at Stratfield.
The one in the park,
house.
though. The one in the park, you were in a trolley.
Yeah.
That's the one I came. Okay, yeah, that's
was
the one
the
I
Naked
came
Soul
to.
one.
Yeah, that's the one I came to.
So then we started
came hard.
You came pretty hard to that one, so I appreciated you coming to that one. And that was I try to forget that music video ever existed for real, but
They're timestamps.
yeah, timestamps. So yeah, we obviously you're making these clothes, and I loved the clothes. I love the brand. I love the designs. I love the fits. There was everything about it I was fucking with, and then I think we just had a natural kind of like I don't know, flow, like, and we synced up, our energy synced up, and
We had a creative pairing.
yeah, you were doing shit that I had a lot of respect for and love for, and I think
vice versa,
and it just made sense. So,
But even like when Dave was showing me your stuff when we were supposed to be doing work, I was
just
just
the $80,000 hex debt.
what are you doing? Yegzamesh. And but like I mean, got to give you your flowers. Like I remember seeing the clips of you just like, I think it was like the pool one and stuff. And I was just watching you just express yourself creatively. And I thought, fuck, this dude is opening up like mental doors for me to like opening up like accessible doors. So I remember thinking to myself like, oh, I want to be around this dude. Like he's creative. He understands it. And I saw through Dave, I was like, fuck, I need to fucking use Dave. I need to use it. No, I'm kidding. To manipulate
Shout out Dave.
manipulate this man, this orange, beautiful
Goddess,
tall man,
yeah.
this fucking Aries,
Adonis, yeah.
Aries,
Yeah.
god of war.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, I felt to myself like what you were doing was really cool because you were expressing yourself creatively, and
Yeah.
I just thought, wow, this seems accessible, it seems grounded, and like through channels of knowing someone, I was like, I can pick your brain about something, and that's what I did at that video shoot. I was like, fuck, how do you go from concept to recording to filming to editing? And I just kind of, I remember that time where I was just really interested because like you were expressing yourself so fluently, which I think is the key word, fluently, because I don't think a lot of creatives know how to hit that go button to just go, I have an idea and it's done. I think a lot of people overthink their stuff. And I saw instantly with you that there was this agency that you had that, and that was so obvious through your music videos. And I remember seeing them at the time. I'm like,
Good point.
you know, and it was just like, I remember seeing like you had a song, even with days when you were recording with Luke, like when Luke first started, and I was watching your creativity just come from concept to execution in a matter of days. And that's what I was like in awe about. I was like, this guy works as quick as I am, just in a completely parallel field. And so like, I love picking up people's brains like that, and like being in close community with those people too. Cause like we all lift it, like we all lift each other up. Yeah. Like iron sharpens iron, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's a good point.
look at Donald Trump hanging around Epstein. Iron sharpens iron, bro.
Bro, they grind together, they rise together, you know.
Ride or die.
Yeah, hopefully one of them.
Ride or suicide.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Sorry, whatever.
I wonder if they're ever gonna drop the fucking files.
Oh, who gives a fuck at this point? They're all pedos, bro.
Yeah, they all.
Hollywood
gotta
is
be.
full of fucking pedo lizards.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, it's. I just love. I mean,
How do we get to this? How do we?
Let's
get
not
to
get top. Let's,
How do we get to pedo lizards?
let's save the political for the next one. But just jumping back to the creativity.
Speaking of Pizzagate, like where's
Yeah.
that pizza?
Save us.
Cheese pizza. Oh fuck.
Yeah, so you're making your clothes, I'm making my music. We kind of like, you know, we're aware of each other. We're kind of tapping in from time to time. You know, I remember, you know, going to check your gallery show at, you know, Redfern. You would come to a show of mine at the Oxford Art Factory, you know, and then we kind of like
little peep and toms.
Yeah, little bits and pieces. But I think it was like when I moved down to Melbourne, like you'd already moved down to Melbourne. Then I moved down to Melbourne, moved to Collingwood specifically, started up my own little podcast studio when we finally got to like reconnect, because I was actually living around the corner from where your first Honeybones gallery was.
It was lockdown period.
This is during lockdown, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So we got to connect again, and by that point in time, now I'm podcasting, and I'm like getting deep into the podcast game. So much so that I made a podcast studio that like fucking crashed and burned and lost a lot of money. Yeet. But lots of memories. And
you win some, you lose some.
We lose, yeah.
Except herpes, you can't really lose that.
No, it's pretty hard to lose.
You win it.
You still got yours?
Mine comes and goes. You know, moves around my body like a migrant.
Into the toe, into the heel and toe.
I feel like it's got free agency at this point. It's taken over my body like a parasite.
No, respect, but like just
when I said that I'm 70% water, do you know what the other 30% is?
Yeah.
Herpes.
Yeah, I get it. I appreciate you, bro. That's real. You're keeping it real for the people out there. So
I feel like I
a little too real.
I don't know. I don't know where to draw the line now. Like, can I go back from that? Like, have I just painted myself as this herpes dude? Like, what the fuck have I done? Like,
I can't wait for you. The next Archibald entry is herpes dude.
Just like fucking coleslaw all over my face.
What is this? A close-up photo of a
what are those
coleslaw?
What are those white spots, sir?
Oh shit.
That's cocaine, Brett.
And so we jump into the podcasting. You jumped on an episode, and then
a few actually. I think I had Ace in one of them, didn't I?
Yeah, he was that was the only one you did. We only did one at that podcast studio,
and it was with Ace, isn't it?
Yeah, he was in that. Yeah,
that's right.
He sat at your fucking feet the whole time,
my dude.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Ace.
R.I.P.
My dog.
R.I.P. I'm fucking gangster.
That's my dog.
Yeah, fuck. Oh God, lost my train of thought.
Have you seen Inside Out yet?
Nah, good.
Oh, bro, I feel like I told you that last time. Like, Inside Out is one of the movies in life you need to watch.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. So good. Tells you so many things about your little brain and going on there.
Not a lot to tell.
There's this one scene specifically where they go to catch what is called the train of thought.
Oh, that's smart.
And they missed it.
Oh.
They were on the train of thought and then it derailed.
That's funny.
Little cool intricacies like that. It's made by comedians. It's really funny.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay.
I want to chat to you about that next time.
All right. Can I not watch it tonight though?
Well, next time won't be tomorrow. So you've got
I got a week at least.
At least a week.
Okay, cool.
And look, I'll give you a pass, but you should watch it.
All right.
I'm not just saying that.
I'll tell my girlfriend to make me watch it and make it her responsibility.
Yeah. So Inside Out is this movie that I put a GoPro on my dick.
Film down the urethra.
All right, we're going too far.
All right, anyway. So
Kanye had a good bar about putting a GoPro on his dick, actually.
Did he really?
Yeah, I thought we'd go too far, but I feel like it's in pop culture, so I'm going to address it. I can't go backwards. Everything I put on mic, I have to lead into.
Yeah.
Kanye had a song about, or a couple bars about putting a GoPro on his dick.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and find this for the next episode, and I'll do some reconnaissance.
Okay.
It's my homework.
I actually
anyone in the comment section that knows this, I think that's how YouTube works, right?
Yeah, drop the bar.
Drop the bar
down below.
The bar. And the song too.
I actually I had a bar
Mars bar?
In a rap battle that I did. No, this one I think. No. Yeah, that was you, baby. That's all you, baby.
That sounds like a dick going limp, but
yeah.
Boing. Like a fucking magpie in the morning, bro. I said crow, actually.
I had a bar in a rap battle that I did. Because when I battled, I pretty much I don't have like a mean bone in my body, so I wouldn't talk about my opponent. So I just talk about how big my
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dick is.
Your Austin Powers.
My Austin Powers. So I think I had a bar. I was like, my dick is so big, I use it as a selfie stick. And I memed it out. I mimed it out. I was like, my dick's so big, I use it as a selfie stick.
Have you ever heard about the man from Nantucket?
No, tell me about him.
There was a man from Nantucket with a dick so big he could suck it.
Oh my God.
If his ear were a pussy, he would fuck it.
Oh, this isn't going to make it past the trailer, is it? Oh, we're fucking done.
I thought it'd be raw, babe. I'm giving it to you raw.
Yeah, you are. Thank you. All right, so let's jump back onto the train.
We're on the
Back on the train. I bought my fare.
Choo choo.
You probably didn't buy your fare.
Choo choo.
You fucking Adelaide.
I thought I fucking heard you.
skipped it.
I heard you make fun of my fucking pants before. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna say this. I saw some fucking Adelaide walk past wearing exactly like her, and I judged the fuck out of him. Like, you fucking. And I saw instantly right after
You
I
looked
saw
in the mirror.
Hey, it was me, bro. It's hers. And I saw this chick order a coffee right in front of me, and she was dressed in that kind of Balenciaga dirty feel, like not like this is Balenciaga, baby. Don't you get wrong. But she had like fake paint all over her clothes, and I was like, "Fuck you, man! I get judged by Sav for this shit."
Yeah.
And you can get away with looking fly as fuck. What the hell? And she did, but
So unfair.
She actually did look fly. She owned it, and I felt immediately like a fucking grong.
Nah, bro, you're fresh as fuck, bro.
I don't think I am now, though.
No, you are.
I don't believe that I am.
No, honestly,
No, I am.
Is that last year's season?
Definitely fucking with all this pilling.
Yeah.
It's definitely last year's
season.
target, bro.
Yeah, my man.
That pillage
No, that's good. That's fresh.
that village on my pants, man.
All right, so pillaging.
We despise your killing.
So we have our lives kind of like going our own different directions. I'm making my podcast. You're getting deep into the street artistry game, but also just the fucking all artistry, because that's just you just fucking just make shit. And
Like babies.
you make babies, murals, paintings,
Brr.
fucking really good paintings apparently, bars, raps. Actually, do you know what? My favorite thing that you've created in the last couple of years has been the AI stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, but I fuck with that AI shit so much.
You love that, eh?
I love it.
I know you
love
do.
it. I can't believe not more people are getting onto it.
It's just fun. Like, I'm not using it to profit off. I love just like
No, but I know you're not.
Yeah, I know that, and
that's your fun.
Yeah,
But I don't know how more. I don't know how more people are not looking at this and going, "God, that's so interesting."
Yeah, and it's just like it is emptying my brain. So I see genuinely like having AI tools like that. There's just fun ways. I know it's burning fossil fuels and shit, whatever. For a second, don't judge me. I'm uncancelable.
Try and fail. Try and fail.
Don't do it. And I like to see there's just expressions of me, like they're journal entries, man. Like, oh my God, can you believe it? This time that AI was this cool, and that at the same time I was using it to make fucking weird Pokemon.
Yeah, like, I think the best tangent is the Star Wars, like Japanese kind of crossover.
You like that one? Yeah,
I think that's my favorite.
that was a good one actually. I like that. I like that train of thought, because actually, you know what? It actually brings me back to where I was making that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's cool little entries like that. That was really fun though. The Japanese Star Wars, like pink and green.
The colors were amazing.
Yeah.
The colors, the characters, like it fucking it slapped.
So my inspo for that was Grand Budapest Hotel meets,
Of course.
Takeshi's Castle.
Yep.
Meets. Did you watch Takeshi's Castle?
No.
I'll tell you about it in a sec.
Okay.
Takeshi's Castle and meets Star Wars. So I set like Star Wars in like 1970s with like in the Strawberry universe. And, I fed AI these prompts, and I would just basically get it to spell out scenes like it was a sitcom, because I wanted to make this like weird fake sitcom. And I was like, how else can I tell a dumb story without actually investing anything into it? And I thought that was the best way to do it, was just to invent this dumb storyline. And yeah, I did. And it was really fun.
I fucking love it. Yeah.
I love
That's
that
perfect.
Jessride.ai.
Jessride.ai. Fucking go check it out. All right. One of your most recent creations. Okay.
The baby?
No. I've already made the joke. Okay. We're moving on from the baby joke. Shout out Elsie. So one of your most recent creations is one of your most recent creative pursuits is you decided out of nowhere, probably not out of nowhere, it's probably been bubbling away for a while, that you wanted to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Now you've decided to call it the Talkabout podcast, or Talk About.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What does that name mean? Where did that come from? Yeah. Tell me why we're starting this podcast right now.
So I feel like everything that has been transpired in the last however long is proof as to why the Talk About name lends to the script as well. So the script, as much as we can set up an idea for it, like the skeleton of it, it will always be this random series of tangents that we've always find our way back to. And the term walkabout has been so bastardized, for lack of a better word, and kind of taken away from blackfellas to kind of suggest that someone's just gone missing, or like that someone's off grid, or basically that they're behaving like
recklessly.
Recklessly, yeah. So I wanted to kind of take that kind of idea, rebrand it, and take ownership of it at the same time. So being that a talk about, being like we're talking, not walking, although we sometimes can walk it like we talk it. I always knew that having a name that kind of lended to the chat itself would be the most authentic way of kind of recording our chats and recording conversations with other people, and just kind of documenting life, like
getting the ideas out,
like the expression, like, what do you want to talk about? So it kind of leans into that too. But also I love the idea of just having a conversation that can take us wherever, like an uncharted conversation. So I'm almost bringing power back into it, because I feel like the name Walkabout has just forever been like a script.
Yeah, it's got a fairly negative connotation to it.
Yeah, it's got some stank on it. So yeah, I think bringing power back into it, but also having an authentic way of just being a fluent communicator, like and being like really silly and being really authentic, and having honest, integral, difficult, and sometimes upsetting like chats. I wanted to have something that kind of encompasses everything. And honestly, when I bumped into you the other week, I was like, fuck this, like Sav is the missing ingredient. Is this like this validity of a communicator like yourself, like someone that is so good with your words. I struggle with my words, man. Like I'm shy, like I'm not like an extrovert. I stutter a lot of the time. And like sometimes my tangents can take me too far away from the topic. So like having
I hadn't noticed.
Having you, 100%. Having you as a part of this meant so much, because every time I catch up with you, I always want to hang out with you longer. I always want to talk with you more, and I always want to do something creative with you. And I felt like in many ways you are the missing ingredient to this conversation, because it has to be a conversation. It has to have legs. It has to have a mouthpiece, by the way, which is exquisite mouthpiece. I ultimately just wanted to create a podcast to have records in time to show like my daughter 10 years from now to show this fly that's 10 seconds from now is going to cop it.
Better cop it.
Cop that with that fly swatter. To just record and just to kind of be genuine and just unfiltered, because I think in every way I am more than the person that I present myself as on social media. And I allow myself to be funneled through this very small hole I allow myself to be like kind of channeled and displayed in a certain way. And I do that myself, but I know that my creative genius and your creative genius need more than the platforms that we both have. And to have, honestly, just a genuine fun chat is something that I always wanted to do. And like I said to you before we started this, nearly 2 hours ago, the chats that I have with you is fucking fun. And they're loose. Yeah. And we make each other laugh. And sometimes, like, I'm being honest, sometimes I meet friends and stuff that I catch up with and I'm just not as engaged as I want to be. And I don't laugh as hard with some of the friends that I laugh with you. So I think in many ways you are like this really cool mouthpiece that deserves to be heard in so many more ways. So I'd love to be able to platform your voice as much as mine too. Everyone will realize that you are an incredible communicator. So I'm keen to see where this conversation goes too. And to be fair, this is really cool because this is one of the longest times that we've chatted face to face with no phones and like no one else and no kind of stimulating settings and shit. So this is really cool. This is like a really wholesome chat that if I'm honest, I'm just so stoked to be able to record. We could do nothing with this footage if I'm being honest. And
you still be happy.
On script. Like this is really cool to have in time.
Honestly, some of the podcasts that I have, I'm just glad that so like I have conversations with some of the podcasts I have never released. I've just like, it's just like I've had a friend over, I've had my podcast gear, we've just set it up, we've recorded it, I've listened to it the next day. It's absolute trash, but I have it. It's going to be there forever, you know, like, so.
And now we have a packaging for that trash.
We call it the Talk About podcast.
And this is how I win my way back to the soundboard.
Yeah, no, I love that. And do you feel like it's do you feel like, because obviously your online persona, we'll kind of wrap this part out.
We will cover all of everything in time too.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like your online persona, I think, is like you love to really wear your heart on your sleeve. And I think that you know, and I know that this is not something that you care about at all, but like it is very serious and intense at times. And I feel like without the nuance of knowing who you are and actually how you think about the world, you know, it might come off as like someone just, you know, angry or opinionated, but like you're super funny, you're super intellectual, you think about things, you're way deeper than just like a single sentence on an Instagram post. And
questionable. I'm a single-celled organism.
I'll let the people decide. You're 30% herpes, so.
Fuck. Yes, doctor.
So yeah, I feel like this is that place where you can just like, you know, be more free, and it's a perfect kind of yin to your yang, you know.
Yeah. You can yin on my yang anytime.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway, so we're talking about the Talk About podcast. You've decided that you want to do this. I've decided that I want to be on board, and I'm super glad that you are trusting me to be a part of this, because I do, you know, without kind of, you know, you tooting my horn a little bit, but without tooting my own horn, like I do feel like this is a space that I operate in that I feel like I'm at least decent at. I'm at least good enough to like give this a little bit of direction and focus your kind of raw energy, you know, like direct your raw energy in creativity.
And likewise, like vice versa.
Yeah. And I think it's like that it's a nice balancing act. And I'm super keen to see where it goes. And, you know, speaking of where it goes, what do you expect? What do you anticipate? Like, what can we look forward to? What can the people who are watching and listening look forward to?
Now that I'm looking down the barrel of the lens, I realize that we're being filmed. So,
oh my God, we've got to start again.
We have to go again. What to expect? I feel like what to expect is exactly what we have delivered.
Yeah.
As this proof of concept, as many business people will call it. You know, I think we set the intention of being authentic and being genuine and having a friendly, genuine chat. Genuine. And as I kind of said before, I think the intention for Talkabout is based off the idea of walkabout, being that the conversation can go wherever. And what excites me is how many conversations we will be having, how often we get to catch up, how many people we get to catch up with. So obviously I have my vast network of people in the art scene. You've got an incredibly vast network in the speed of sex work.
Plenty of them. Different shapes and sizes.
I popped myself for that joke. I didn't think I would. And I think I'm just excited. I think I'm excited to be able to have someone that gets to experience what we have. And I think, like, you know, for example, I'll bring on someone that you will just be very interested in talking to.
Yeah.
For example, you know, if we get to chat to like one of my wrestling friends.
Yeah.
And you get to be really inquisitive about asking everything you want to know about wrestling. And you bring artists and musicians and sex workers on.
Yeah.
And I asked
really enjoying that job. Can we get a proof of concept?
We got to ride that lightning. So I'm just saying, like, I'm genuinely excited to see like the kind of chats we have, because I know that you and I have timeless chats. I know that you and I have actual fun, genuine banter. Genuine is my key word of the day. But no, I think we have incredible chats, and I feel like that's kind of what I want to give to people, but also at the same time of like letting someone else use our platform to record their unique voice, to be able to see how their life or their story is told through a lens of ours, just being an authentic platform.
Just letting it flow, letting it come out, letting them do their thing, and be honest, be raw, and not feel, because I feel like I want this to be a place where whatever your image is, whatever your serious side is that you have to portray to the world, you don't have to feel like you have to come here and be that. Like if you want to come here, let the guard down and know that like you're going to be able to do your thing. Like I want people to, you know, be their authentic selves and be real and feel safe that that's going to be the case. Yeah,
incredibly right. Like that is always what I think you and I have both strived for, like how we platform people. And the idea is just to share, really, to share experience, to share knowledge, to share conspiracy theories. They took my headphones off my head.
Was that the fucking alien?
The aliens took the headphones off my head. We need to see that back in slow motion if we can.
That's definitely going to be real.
Where's the
Jamie, clip it.
We need that sideline camera from the NRL back at the footy show. What's that? I haven't watched footy in so long. I'm so wrong. Quickly, save me.
Paul Vorton.
Oh, Fatty.
The fat.
They've got I saw the other day Fatty and Sterler were doing a tour.
Of what?
Just like
the fuck are they going to talk about?
The same way you and I will be doing what we're doing in the next 30, 40 years.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, no, they are a good laugh.
We just can't have Mahatma Cope come back. By.
No. That was fucking, that was a bit how you going.
What about the Falcon, bro? Remember the Falcon?
The Falcon, Mario Fennick.
The Falcon was one of my favorite characters, man. Like I know that dude was being so genuine every time, and they were just going like, you don't even have to write any jokes about the Falcon.
He's
you know what I mean?
That's just who he is.
He just fucking makes fun of himself.
Yeah, you can't help it.
Daryl Branthwaite.
Oh,
Big Daz?
No.
Braithwaite?
The big man. No, bro. Daryl Brown. Bronham or Browan. The big man.
Yeah. Big Mo.
The big man.
Bro, yeah, him and his Lowe's commercial.
Yeah.
I remember the old footy show rule, bro.
Yeah. Chief.
You know,
Joey.
This is my controversial opinion of the episode, and I don't know where this goes from here, but maybe this is a thing.
I'll get ready to hit. I'll get ready to hit and delete.
Shit. I miss Reg Reagan. I feel like everything after.
I'm okay with that.
Everything after Reg Reagan, I'm going to call it there. Everything after that sucked.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair.
Bring back the beef.
Bring back the fucking beef, brah.
Bring back the beef. Bring back the beef.
I think that is a pretty good way to end this one.
It's controversial.
Yeah, we'll go.
Incredibly controversial.
We'll turn the camera off. We might go have a little biff ourselves. But Jezri,
Savvy.
yeah, thank you for having me on here. Thank you for bringing me on the couch into your studio.
Oh, yeah,
my
missed.
boy. Fuck off, dickhead. But yeah,
The mega powers, except just without Hogan, bro. I feel my muscles just fucking tensing incredibly. Why'd you let go?
sorry. I thought it was a normal thing to do.
Another 5 minutes or so.
But yeah, I think that's episode 1 done.
My man.
Yeah, talk about episode 1 in the bank.
The Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
Nah. Okay, we'll call it.
Yep.
Love you, bro. Thank you so much for coming. I love the fact that we're doing this. This is going to be fucking so good for the podcast industry.
Guys, if you
another
podcast. That's it for the Talk About podcast episode 1. We'll catch you on the next one. Let's go.
Goodness.